You're listening to the WBT Podcast with Michael Lodge. Listen to all of our podcasts at www.wbtpod.com. Stay informed. Let's get started.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
And welcome to another podcast of the WBT with Michael Lodge. I'm glad that you're with me. Woke up today and it's a cloudy day here in South Carolina. And I also think that it's a cloudy day in America. We are being bombarded every single day by hate. We are seeing lies being told on our television sets and radio stations, in internets, and on magazines. And what these lies do is that they promote more hate. Instead of telling the truth, they tell lies. They show pictures that are dishonest. They're trying to fuel the fire of hate every single minute of our day. Love for country is never spoken. Love for Americans are never spoken about. Love for this great country is ignored. Those that suffer in America are put to the side. And instead, politicians and media promote the love of illegal activity over the love of country. They call Americans Nazis because they want to see the law enforced. They want to see immigration enforced. They want laws that protect the border of this nation. And as a good example is that in the last election of the presidency, Americans said, we want border controls. We want the laws enforced. So what happens is that liberals and Democrats and media, they turn the focus of love of country into hate of country. Calling Americans Nazis is not love. That's pure hate. That's pure evil. Ignoring the angel families who have lost people who will never come home again is pure hate. America is such a great country. Gosh, each and every single one of you out there are great people. You have a lot to offer this nation. But when you offer hate, you destroy any opportunity of helping your communities, your families, your churches, your nation. Hate stops everything. When was the last time you went up to somebody and said, you know what, I love you? No, you don't do it. Instead, you sit down in your lofty chairs and you promote this hateful language. You have become a part of this evil. I even catch myself doing it sometimes. And I have to stop myself and say, no, that is not the approach that I should take towards other people in this nation. Democrats putting other Americans down, calling them deplorables, calling them Nazis, calling them racist, calling them all kinds of names in the books because the other people's views, Americans' views, don't fit into their political agenda. I have told you so many times. If you find anybody who is promoting a political agenda, walk away from them. When you find anybody who is calling people names, walk away from them. When you find people who have more love for other nations than their own nation, walk away from them, because these individuals are dangerous to the nation. Yes, freedom of speech, right? They can say whatever they want to. But when you listen to them, walk away from them. They can say whatever they want because we believe in the freedom of speech, but you have the right to walk away from hate. When was the last time that Americans who are hating so much literally put their heart into their community? Took that child who needs tutoring at home because the families can't speak any English. They can't help their own children in their homework because they don't have the level of English reading ability and comprehension to help their children. But you can do that. Adopt a child in a school and tutor them for 1 year. I've done it. So can you. When was the last time when you saw paper on the ground that you literally picked it up because you loved your community so much that you wanted it to be clean? Or did you just walk by it? When was the last time that you saw a family living in a car and did nothing? When was the last time you heard about a child being ignored and did nothing? When was the last time that you saw an elderly person lonely in a nursing facility and you did nothing? You know about it, but you did nothing. Doing nothing is hate. Calling people names is hate. And the Democrats are pushing this agenda of hate against America. And they're literally using lies to do it. That is hate. When you tell a lie, you're hating. This hate has got to stop. Using children for political gain has got to stop. Telling lies on television and radio, in written media, on the internet is hate, and it's got to stop. Continually attacking the president, attacking Americans, attacking their families has got to stop. It should not be acceptable. And the only way you can stop it is by walking away. If you are a really good American, you are going to be independent from the thought and the actions of hate. And you will use your common sense to do something good for your neighborhood, for your community, for your church, for your nation. But if you want to sit there and tell lies, then I'm walking away from you, because I won't accept lies and I will not accept hate. Americans, we have got to begin to walk away from hate. Those of you who sit in front of the television all day long and listen to hate being spewed across the airwaves are learning to hate. You are adapting to hate. You are accepting hate. What have you offered to help our nation. Gosh, I was watching this television show on Facebook the other day about this 13-year-old girl who set up this feeding bank for her community. 13 years old. She goes out and gets food and cooks meals for people who can't get away. And she does it every single day of her life at 13 years old. And here we have people that are being helped through love. This is a 13-year-old girl who does this. And yet we have the media out there every single day saying how bad America is, how hateful America are, and how we are Nazis, how we are deplorables. But yet you have a 13-year-old girl doing amazing things in her community because in her heart is love. She sees the need for people who need help and helps them. We have millions of individuals who are homeless in this nation. And when was the last time that you helped? I read this story the other day with this young kid. To me, everyone's a kid because I'm old. But this young kid went and he bought 100 hamburgers from McDonald's, 100 waters. And then he went down into Los Angeles, into the Skid Row to the homeless and handed out 100 meals. That's not hate, that is love. When was the last time that you've done anything out of love for somebody else? But no, here we are as Americans. We sit here and we allow this hateful speech to continue day in and day out on our television sets by hateful people. Donnie Deutsch calling Americans hateful, calling them Nazis. And Americans just sit there and listen and listen. But I believe in Americans because I think that as they are listening, they're seeing that hate has engulfed us so much that we're no longer, as individuals, making good decisions. And it's time to start making those good decisions on people who hate. People are always going to have different ideas. And they're always going to yell them out. But we can yell back. But we can yell back love by doing things that help our nation. Gosh, there's a great Bible verse in Matthew 5:43-44, and it says, "You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." And it's time that we start doing that. Because hate is destroying our nation. Especially when it comes to election time, hate is spread. Our nation is a great nation. And you and I have the ability through our voting power to change politicians who hate. Through our voting power, we have the ability to make change in our nation every single election time. And if you don't take advantage of your power, then you are destroying the very fabric of our nation, of giving you that right to make a decision in this nation, within your communities. So I say to you, and it's a very simple message of what I say: walk away from hate. Walk away from liberalism. Walk away from those individuals who tell lies in order to push a political agenda. Political agendas do no good for this nation. Not one good thing. The only thing they do is promote hate, division. Walk away from it. Let's start using our common sense and our love for our nation and love for other people. People may not agree with you, but you can still love them. You can still love your neighbor. Love your enemies. And pray for them. Out of love. But now we're in a political time in this nation where it's Democrat against Republican. And on both sides, we hear hate. Unfortunately, hate has become a part of our human condition, and we've got to get rid of it. And we've got to get rid of those individuals who do spread hate, who call Americans names. You're not alone out there, people. We're all out there. We're all out there saying we need to stop this hate. And we need to stop it now. Don't hate anymore. Don't listen to hate. Walk away. Because you are not alone in this fight to make this country a better country. Hate destroys. Let's stop destroying. This is Mike Lodge for the WBT on this cloudy Saturday morning in a cloudy country filled with hate at the moment. Walk away from hate. That's all that I ask.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
World of business and taxes.